Hello, this is Paloma. I come back with the story the sky is telling for the next few days. Thank you for tuning into this sharing space with me. So family, how are you? I've been sort of dancing between feeling extremely exhausted, like I'm not really resting that well. I'm dreaming too much, and then having these outbursts of energy where I want to work out and dance and do things, and then moving back into this existential exhaustion. So that's where I am. How are you? So March, I want to speak about March. So this might be a longer video. So settle yourself, get yourself some tea, some cacao. March is a month with big energy. Perhaps one of the most important moments of 2025. So first in the timeline. It's funny to say a line right now because it really feels like a convergence of absolutely every possible time in the now. Yet, for the sake of the explanation, in the timeline, we have just opened the lunation in Pisces. Pisces, with this very immersive and magical Pisces stellium, this is the last school of the zodiac wheel. So it is a school of integration, assimilation of every experience from the past into the possibility of rebirth. So it can perhaps open a new spiral of time that has the integration of all the wisdom from before. Therefore, from now on till the equinox, we are actually doing that, integrating, letting go. It's a big culmination. The thing is, Pisces is a very vibrant space in the sky right now for several reasons. First, the North Node of Destiny is there. So we are being called by Destiny to raise the frequency of this energy, incorporating, that means embodying the spiritual realm into our lives. And this implies letting go of the old frequency or the low frequency of this school, which has been conditioned through millennia in subjects such as victim consciousness, the role of the savior, the dissociation, the running away from reality, addictions, dreams, delusions, fantasies that we can offer to this time. So we can renew the dream and maybe revitalize, can I say that? I hope so. Creativity. And also, Neptune is there at the end of Pisces, mostly through the month of March, in the last degree of the zodiac. To sort of crown the end of this month in the 30th, in entering for the first time in Aries. So he's also culminating a pretty large cycle of 65 years around the whole zodiac wheel in a smaller spiral of time. Neptune entered Pisces in 2011, so something from then is now trying to find an integration towards the creation of a new reality. And I say it like this because Saturn is also there, and he is a creator of reality. He's asking of us great responsibility of our own process, energy, intuition, and manifestation, disarming any attempt to immediate gratification because this is for the long run. I mean, this is in the building of something that will last through time as a legacy of love, Pisces, for Earth. So this is the Lord of Time, Kronos, in the School of Spirit. The timing is divine. This is God's times. Okay, there is a sensation I have sensed of this very intense need to move forward, to act, to do things right now, and yet this might be because, well, we had the moon in Aries, we've had her there, Venus is there in Aries, and then Mars is stationed direct. So yes, there is this sort of like, I want to move forward, but I will emphasize, this is not the time to, it is not in the timing of our desire. We are actually purifying and sort of in a deep revision of our desire. It is not in the time of our mind. It is in divine timing, so it cannot be controlled. If there is something clear with this energy, is that we cannot navigate through it fluidly, through control. It is through faith, surrender, trust. And by this, I do not mean doing nothing. I mean to truly aligning our actions with our hearts, to wait for the inspired action to arise. It is not impulsive. It actually requires a lot of patience, a lot of silence, a lot of slowing down, so we can hear this intuitive guidance from the inside. This is the mastery of becoming masters. That the answer is you. but we do have to quiet the noise so we can listen to ourselves. And well, in this Pisces stellium at the moment, we also have the sun right now there. And Mercury actually today is conjunct to Neptune. And this is like a fusion of the mind with God's voice. I mean, it is a moment of very intuitive messages and synchronicities. And I hope you are listening because they are there for all of us. So March opens like that. It's a month of divine intervention because we are in eclipse season. This is a time that is, the intent is to transform us, to liberate us, to heal as well. So we can stand in the best possible potential for the evolution of our souls and of our common union, of our community. May that certainty hold you through this, because it is in truth all happening for the highest good of your soul and the service to life and the blooming of a new time for all of us. And time, as we knew it, is changing. Time as this sort of intricate pattern that holds the architecture of the experience at the 3D level is changing. So do not be surprised if you are feeling time a bit weird, just different, right? It's actually interesting how sometimes our bodies anticipate our minds by giving us these sensations that perhaps you are feeling that we are entering an uncharted territory, because we are. The new territories are uncharted and we navigate them with the compass that lies inside of us. That's why the astrology is very helpful as well, because it gives us it gives sense to the movement. It allows us to co-create with this energy and to direct the movements, and these are big movements right now. So I would say the slow lane is a fast lane. By this I mean it is not through forcing, it is through trusting, because it is a month of a lot of reflection, a lot of repairing, a lot of renewal, and eventually inspired action guided by our souls. When we say this is an especially karmic period, what I mean is, so that I don't go too far, is that this has been chosen for our souls to align our lives. And this happens through lessons of things we need to end, to culminate through experiences that trigger the memory of our purpose to be here, an acceleration in the evolution through encounters and circumstances that turn to be quite transcendental. So that's with eclipses, but the fact that in this occasion we also have Venus retrograde, Mercury retrograde, and this very epic Neptune movement makes it quite unusual. So it is a great opening to release a lot of trapped energy in the form of, I don't know, conditionings, soul contracts, something that binds us, like cords, trauma, loyalties, all of this stuff. So in key points of the month, we have Venus starting her retrograde movement on the 1st of March till the 12th of April. A total lunar eclipse in Virgo on the 14th or 15th of March, Mercury retrograde. We have the last time the Sun is going to conjunct Saturn and Neptune this year. We have the equinox, of course. We have the Venus star point. We have a partial eclipse, Sun eclipse in Aries, and then Neptune starting his journey in Aries as well. It's a lot. So especially mid-March and on, when there is this moment of convergence of Venus and Mercury retrograde in the sandwich between eclipses, and then opening ourselves up into this spectacular equinox, it might feel quite chaotic. But where life comes from this primordial chaos. And all of creation is in constant movement towards evolution through an invisible order that then becomes tangible in new structures. Actually, everything is disappearing and appearing all the time. It's just imperceptible because of how fast this happens. And I somehow feel that in March, we notice this. Okay, Venus. Venus does this retrograde movement approx every 18 months. This is her transformation from the evening star into the morning star this time. We are already traveling with her. And look, eclipses mean the divine intervention, right? And this is also aligning us with new soul assignments for our service in Earth and the healing, because this is Virgo Pisces axis, so there is deep healing here. With Venus there implied in the whole story. Yes, relationships, values. I would go deeper into this subject, values, because there is a healing here going on. How we listen and relate to ourselves, to the inner realm, to the relationship with you, and to the beloved within you. And then this, how is this expressing in all kinds of relationships in our lives? So there is a deep change here ongoing. It's a process. And I would say we ought to observe the theme of values in every part, like what defines your personal value? What is it you value the most in your life? What do you value within relationships? What is worth the energy of commitment? And what could you detach yourself from completely right now? What does it mean to love? So she starts in Aries, which is a space that it's an invitation for a healthy individuation and like claiming leadership of our own lives. It's an energy of courage, of bravery. There can be anger, there can be, like this ferocity, and it will be natural. There will be interesting messages there to ask ourselves, who am I now? How do I feel? What do I really want? What can I let go of, and where is the balance of all this? No, so Venus in Aries is actually responding to Mars. Mars is very slowly starting to move all through March. He stays in Cancer, so alongside the subject of relationships, we are evaluating these Cancer subjects of security, of emotional responsibility, of family, of our family systems. Of it's very sensitive, so we can take or claim our place, our own place. Venus in Aries is about choosing to give ourselves permissions to live our lives, and also allow for everyone to choose their own path, their own journey, and to align ourselves with our hearts truly. So there is a looking into attachments, into memories and dynamics that will require updating. Again, this is not through impulsivity, because as we know, a retrograde planet will go 3 times through the same space. So it is a journey. From Aries, Venus is going to go back into Pisces at the end of the month, and she's going to go through this crack in the universe, like this threshold of integration and birth energy. It's pretty intense, pretty amazing. And then Mercury, he's going to do the exact same transit. No, this suggests to me that I find it like there is no subject that we're not going to look at, because yes, relationships, values, but then Mercury, perception, mind, communication, the narrative. The narrative. He's the ruler of Jupiter in Gemini. We know there's a new story that wants to emerge, but we need to untie the knots in our minds so we can reclaim this agency and courage to give ourselves a yes, to give life a yes, to give service to life a yes. So we will walk through this throughout the month, or we will serve this month. But this is a big picture of what this energy is bringing. So the first week, I will come back to this first week at the end of this video, but I would just say we are in a spiritual recalibration. The main character is Spirit and Mercury, whom is the messenger of the gods. So it seems like an important week in terms of communication and big revelations, but it's not the end of the story, as you saw. So the second week of March, I think it has a profound sense of spiritual responsibility and the discipline required for our dreams to become true. And we have the first eclipse, 14th or 15th of March, at the 23rd, 24th degree of Virgo, which is, full moon, culmination, total eclipse, like big ending, quite liberating, because it's playing with Urano and also Urania there. It feels like an eclipse that is so beautifully held by the frequency and the energy of the earth. So we can completely let go and detach from habits, routines, addictions, what we thought was our profession, our vocation, even illnesses or disease, towards genuine freedom and devotion. This is a school of purification, Virgo. This is a beautiful ending portal that allows for a new weaving of what we call everyday reality, where Virgo is. That Virgo is this energy that brings order and cohesive energy to this primordial chaos of Pisces. And my God, there's a lot happening in Pisces. Specifically for this eclipse, there's a very strong Saturn in Pisces. So it is a karmic checkpoint towards the recovery of creative sovereignty. Okay, the 15th, we have Mercury starting his retrograde motion in Aries, as I said, until the 7th of April. As you can see, April will also be a month where we are still sort of like coming down from it and understanding or towards understanding what this whole thing is about. And then we get to the equinox, 20th of March. The Sun enters Aries. Also, the same movement, right, from the last degrees of Pisces into Aries. So please do check what's happening in your own astrological chart there. End of Pisces, beginning of beginning of Aries, because this is massive. It's big energy. Okay, so we start a new season through the equinox, but honestly, this time it feels like we start a new era. That same week, we have the Cassimi of Mercury, we have the Venus star point in Aries, 2nd degree. And it's like a reigniting the bonfires that will be warming our hearts and our dreams and our initiatives and keep the flame alive for the times to come with new visions. Yet, with everything so lit up, the weather is still asking us to not precipitate, to not jump. No, we still need to hold our ground, like pace ourselves, okay? And we are closing the month on the 29th of March with a partial solar eclipse in Aries. This is the last one of the Aries Libra series of eclipses that have led us through a journey looking deep into our relationship patterns, into a rebirth, a recreative process of the I am that I am. Towards the most natural, original frequency of who we are. And believe me, we have more access than ever to the truth of who we are in all of our expressions. So this is a sun eclipse, it's a new moon. Of course, it's very pioneer energy of new beginnings. Yet, we will need to give this time for it to settle and to mature, because retrogrades, and it is a beautiful eclipse nevertheless. And then the 30th, we do have this Neptune entering Aries for the first time in 165 years, a new spiritual cycle for humanity about embodying our visions with bravery, with faith, of compassionate action towards our dreams, of being one and being all at the same time. It's really amazing energy. This is a wide perspective or panorama of the month, to give you a little compass onto what is going on. But the thing is, it is truly moment by moment that we navigate this. No, I feel that March is about the strength of gentleness or the strength of softness, Okay, coming into, let's travel back in time, coming into this week. Okay, Mercury is entering Aries on Monday, and throughout the week he's going to weave this beautiful sextile to Pluto in Aquarius. This is one of 3 times. So there is this very big opening in terms of our minds and ideas and visions. It seems like a very audacious communication, big revelations. Yet, it's the beginning of this. It's not the final chapter of this story, right? And also we do have a moon that's going to start to lose light from Thursday on towards the eclipse. We have Venus stationary in the sky, Mars stationary in the sky, Mercury already in pre-retrograde shadow. So there will be a development here. Let us, connect to our intuition, inspiration, and have a lot of curiosity and openness to whatever develops, whatever information we receive or we give. No, but this is not a week, it's not a month for impulsive action at all. It's more about really intentional choices that are guided by spirit, by our souls as well. So yes, we are going to let go of a lot that no longer serves a purpose. Let us trust in this divine opening and prepare ourselves to truly reclaim our creative power as creators, I mean. So Mars is truly a bridge between what was and what can be and will be. It's like a rainbow bridge where we truly become and experience heaven on earth. So yeah, that's what I have for this month, for this week. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. You know, the notifications and the sharing, your comments. I am truly, truly thankful, and it helps a lot for this channel to grow. And yeah, blessings.